What's up, everybody? Here is part 2 of the Star Wars Pyke speeder that was designed by Land Speeder Luke. I have all the parts still broken down. Part 3 will be once it's all glued together. But I have painted all of the parts, as you can see right here. There were a couple of errors when painting, and I didn't make a big issue of it because it is a speeder type vehicle for another planet, or whatever you want to do with your Star Wars figures. But I did want to show off all the parts right fast. I did seal the main body with a semi-gloss, I can't think of the sealer, polyurethane, I believe it was. It was sticky at first, but once it dried, the stickiness is no longer there, but it did concern me. During the gluing of it, I broke a piece right here. You can see where my wife did a little surgery on it. I was going to repaint it, but I kind of like that look. It makes it look like some sort of weld or something. But be careful if you print this and you're messing with it, because as you can see, that part is connected to part of the engine or thrusters, whatever you want to call it. And if you press down on it like I did, it will snap it right there. So we did have a blemish right there. And we did have a little bit of overspray on certain parts. Again, I'm not too concerned with that. But yeah, let's jump right into it. Let's look at part of the body. As you know, in my first video, I mentioned that my 3D printer could not compensate the entire size of the body. It was broken into 2 pieces, but I had to break it down into 3. Which 2, I cannot recall off the top of my head, but it is broken down into 3 pieces, which is easy to do when you're slicing your software, depending on which 3D printer software that you're using. As you know, I have mentioned several times before, I use Flash Print for my Flash Forge 5M Pro, and so here is the back end of the speeder, and you can see I painted the inside kind of gray. As you can see, I am also going to point out some of the blemishes, but you got a little bit of overspray right there. I originally had these the same color. I'm guessing they're part of, some sort of intake or part of the thrusters as well. Who knows? I mean, it's a sci-fi vehicle. It could be whatever you want. So instead of leaving these 2 pieces the same color as the body, I taped it off and sprayed those with a spray that kind of gives it like a hammered metal look, if you can tell. I will post in the description of the video the 3 paint rattle cans that I used for this. Right here, I did have a little bit of running right here, but again, this is a space vehicle on any type of planet you want. It's probably been repainted several times in the past. We've got some little blemishes right here. Again, could be just wear and tear or wherever the characters repainted it. I do like that, where it kind of looks like it's scraped along somewhere during landing. So, but anyway, you got this back portion right here, and you can see it's a fairly large speeder. I mean, if you've got the land speeder from with the Luke Skywalker Black Series, it's a little bit bigger than that one. In fact, it's definitely much wider. I'm not sure about the length, but looking at it on my shelf, it does look like it's bigger overall in height, width, and length. So here is the middle compartment right here, and you can see I got a little bit of overspray right here, and it looks like I had that backwards, and I did. So that should be like that, and I had it backwards because that works off of that. In fact, I think that's where I cut it right there. I think that was 1 piece, and my printer bed just wasn't big enough. So you have that part right there. That's where the seats and the figures are actually going to go. So again, I've got a little bit of overspray right there. I kind of like that metal showing right there. Kind of gives it a little bit of wear and tear. Again, got it right there. But again, I'm not real concerned with that. Here is the front end of it. Of course, you know, we got that blemish mark from when I 3D printed it. Again, it's battle damage. It could be whatever you want. I was not about to reprint this large piece just for that small area. And then you're going to have some of your engine components that are going various spots right here. So we got that right there and that right there. And you'll see there's a line right there. And you can see it a little bit right there. That's actually where my printer lost power. And once my power came back on, it picked up where it left off, which my other printers I don't think would do that. So I was happy about that. I did take this off to the best of my ability, and I wanted that to be silver right there for the front end. And I'm glad I did that. Now that I'm looking at Luke's speeder, it's kind of the similar way where this was silver compared to the body of the color of the body of the vehicle. Right here is like, I guess you would call it your dash area. So that would go like right in there. And then on top of that is where I don't want to call it like a windshield, because it's not like you can see through it, but I guess it blocks some debris coming at you. So it could be a windshield, but it's not a see-through windshield. It could be whatever you want. I guess you could put a digital readout, a tempograph or sticker right there. I mean, it is your print, but again, here is that part right there. And as you can see, that's going to cover up some of your blemishes right there. And then of course, that part is going to fit inside there, the windshield portion. These right here are the seats, which fit kind of like right in there somewhere. I don't know where. I got to look at the pictures of the completed project from Landspeeder Luke and just compare. But you can do it however you want. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be exactly as is. I've used a lot of greeble type things that I've 3D printed off of this diorama build onto other ones and just incorporated them in those. But this is that hammered iron type paint again right here. And I really like the way that looks. And just to compare it, here is a basic just silver color. And here is that kind of hammered metal. So I really like the way that turned out. Of course, we got one part of the thruster. Again, I got to look at the pictures for comparison on how these are going to go. You've already seen this one briefly. I don't know how these are going to fit, and I'm just now realizing I might have to paint this bottom part if it's going to show part of the thruster. I didn't even think about that. So again, I'm not sure how that fits together. No biggie. These are the side portions. As you can see, there's a little bit of a nub right there, and it's on this one as well, because these are going to go on both sides using that slot right there. And you can see a majority of it is on the other piece that I printed. So each one of these is going to go on each side. And you can see right here is what it looks like. Again, I had to take this and cut it in half in the slicing software in order to have it fit on my printer bed, and it would look something like that. I don't know if it goes that way or vice versa, but that groove, I'm thinking it's going to go like this, because that's like some sort of thruster too, and it's going to fit along the side right there. So I'm hoping those are going to be fairly easy to put on. We will see once we get there. But we do have those parts as well. And you can see some of the under part right there. I wasn't going to paint that, but now that I'm looking at it, that fits right there. So I think I'm going to put another coat on the back of these before I start gluing it together. Because now that I'm looking at that, those pieces are somewhat visible, even though they're fitting against that, because look at the width on this compared to the width on that. And just to show you, just to get an idea, oh, that's gonna be a pain in the butt to put in. I can tell you that right now, because that paint has made it a little bit thicker right there. But just, oh look, that one went in pretty good. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna paint that inside, because you can still see a little bit of the green, and it won't take me but a minute to do that. So we'll take care of that problem. So we're gonna put these to the side to go ahead and throw another coat on that back side. This is the steering wheel. I definitely have no idea how that's gonna fit in the dash anywhere. I guess you could just glue it right there and have it on the top. But again, I'm gonna have to look at the pictures. These are different components for the hood right here. So you got that. You have the smaller one right here. You have this engine part right here. Now the engine part does show a lot of the lines when you're 3D printing. That's just the nature of the beast right there. It is what it is. I made them as detailed as I can, but it's just the way they printed. So you always notice it on curvatures, in my opinion. I might be wrong on that, but you got that part right there, and you got these two little pieces. And also, I can't show you right now, but it comes with a chest that the Pyke folks had credits in or something. I cannot recall off the top of my head. However, I painted it solid gold. It's drying on the porch right now. I just thought it looked kind of cool with a solid gold look. But again, I will put what colors paint that I used on these, and maybe I'll try to link them to Amazon. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that, but won't hurt to try. So yeah, having fun with your 3D prints and enjoying it with trials and errors. If you do get into 3D printing, trust me when I tell you, there's going to be a lot of errors when you're printing, you're prepping, you're painting, anything and everything. Just don't get discouraged. Sometimes I've had to tell myself that several times, because it is supposed to be a fun hobby. But sometimes you do get discouraged. But I'm trying to tell you, don't get discouraged. Filament is super cheap. You know, clean your bed, reslice your stuff, and try it again. A lot of trial and error. Just enjoy your figs and your 3D prints. I hope you like this video. I cannot wait to show you the finished product. Well, semi-finished. I'm going to make a video of it once all the pieces are glued together, and then I'm going to play making some scratches, you know, putting maybe a little bit of a wash on certain things. I'm a little hesitant on that because I'm very new to that, but you never want to mess up your entire project. But again, hope you like this video. It's not one of them big YouTube channels. I just like to show some stuff and help other collectors, and just enjoy the show. All right, later. Thanks for watching.